Let's jump into it. So this is everybody. This is Tony. We did an interview a couple months ago, and last time we spoke, you had 20 cars, all black on black. You like the V8s, you like the nice cars. Fleet update. What's going on right now?
Yeah, so I had 17. I had
Oh, you had
17.
17. Oh, I thought you had
Yeah,
20. Okay.
yeah, I had 17. I had two of them got totaled. I had my Ford Mustang convertible and my Challenger got totaled a few months ago. So right now I'm down to 15 cars. Um, I am holding off to buy more cars simply because uh, it's kind of slow right now in my market in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
I mean it's busy on the holidays, but besides the holidays, it's kind of slow. And also interest rates are so high, and car prices are so high down here too. So, because all my cars, I did finance all my vehicles. So I'm trying to hold off to the beginning of the year when interest rates drop, and car prices drop, and then I'm gonna try to get more vehicles. But yeah, but I'm currently down to just 15.
Okay. Let me
All
see.
black.
Let me see your little shop. You look like you're low on cars.
Correct. So right now, this week, I don't know what's going on this week, but it's been a little busy. So right now, I'm gonna turn this around so you can kind of see. This is what I have left available, and a few of these go out today. So yeah, so normally like on the weekends, I'm pretty much like sold out. Everything's empty on the weekends. During the weekday, I maybe have most of my fleet here during the week. But yeah, but right now, this is what I have left available, and most of these is going out tonight or tomorrow morning. For the weekend.
Wow. That's crazy. So you're still on the weekends. You're still booked, which is great.
Yes, yes.
So are
And
you still running it by yourself, the fleet?
yes. So for the most part, I'm doing everything by myself. I do have one guy. I have a part-time person that comes and detail my cars. So literally, the only thing he do is just watch the cars for me. That's it. He don't do anything else because it's just so time-consuming. Hand washing the cars and vacuuming and drying it off. It takes about a good hour to clean the car inside and out. So I'm just too busy. So he pretty much washes the cars for me, and I do everything else. You
Damn, an
know, and
hour for one car?
yeah, because you got to think like I don't know if you can see my setup over here. Let me kind of show you, but
Yeah.
like this is like all my this is all my cleaning supplies that I have over here. This is my HVAC that I have right here. I actually bought this blower to help dry the water off the car. It saves a lot of time. And then I have my water hose and stuff right here. So normally it takes more time to hand wash a car than it is to just like run through a car wash.
Yeah.
But I used to, when I first started, I used to go through a car wash, but it was just an inconvenience, driving there, traffic, gas. Sometimes the car wash be closed. Sometimes they be really packed, so we got to wait in line. Sometimes the vacuum doesn't work there. So it was just a huge, just like pain in the ass inconvenience. Driving back and forth to the car wash all day to try to get all the cars clean. And then sometimes it would like scratch the paint on the cars too.
Mhm.
So I would just weighing the pros and cons. And once I got to the shop, I was like, I'm just gonna cut out the car wash and just wash the cars like here in my shop. It's a little bit
Interesting.
more time, but it's more convenience and lot easier and less
Yeah.
hassle.
How far is the car wash from you?
It was about 5-10 minutes, 5-10 minutes
Oh,
away.
that's
But
close.
it's on Dixie Highway, which Dixie Highway is a busy street here. And what happens is like when it's like in the morning and afternoon when everybody's going to work, get off work, it'd be a lot of traffic.
Mm,
So that's 5-10 minutes with no traffic. Now, if it's traffic or if it's like a wreck or something's going on, construction, it takes more time to get there and get back. So that's basically if there's no traffic at all, 5-10 minutes.
wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
so basically I got one guy, he washes the cars and I do everything else myself.
Okay. So you're not doing any co-hosting. Are you?
No, I'm not. But I tell you though, after talking to some of the people at the Turo summit,
Mhm.
I'm thinking about getting into it. And a lot of people have reached out to me and was like, "Hey, can I bring a vehicle down there to your market because I see your market's not saturated, and could you co-host for me?" So I thought people have been asking me if I want to do it. Right now, I haven't done it yet. All the cars are pretty much mine. But after talking to other people and seeing other people co-host, I'm thinking about jumping into that.
You should. I mean,
Yeah.
additional revenue. Why not? Are you? Would you want to keep the same like black on black V8s if
Yes.
possible? Like,
Correct. Yep. Yeah. And that's what I told him. That's what I told him. I said, if you do send a car to me, it has to be black because I don't want to mess up, my theme. I don't want to mess up what I got going on here. And I want people to think that it's my car, to blend in with my fleet and think that it's mine.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it will
yes,
have to be black.
yeah. So all your cars are black except for your slingshot, right?
Yeah, and it's like black and orange. I
Okay.
couldn't find an all black one, but I'll tell you though, I see one of your videos too. Just for anybody watching this, I definitely would not recommend a slingshot. It's definitely a bad investment. If I could do it all over again, I would have never bought it. Right now, it's at home. You don't see it's at home in my garage because it's just sitting.
Oh,
Because here it's cold, like November, December, January, February. It's pretty much cold here in Louisville, Kentucky. So we get a lot of snow, a lot of rain, a lot of cold weather. So nobody's going to book that slingshot. So we're just collecting dust right now, not making nothing. So it kind of sucks because I bought that brand new. I spent about 30K for that brand new. So the price of a car, but I can only make money half the year. It's seasonal.
dang.
So definitely was a bad investment, bad decision. Everybody kept asking me about it, like, "Hey, do you have a slingshot?" And I got it because nobody was renting out here, and it does good during the summer, but during the winter months, it does horrible. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
so
Oh
it was
my
definitely,
gosh.
yeah. So it was a learning experience. You live and you learn. Now I'm actually hoping that I could either sell it or maybe co-host somebody in Florida or somewhere it's warm all year long. Or I'm really hoping that somebody like gets into a wreck and get totaled, made home. Because I don't want it no more. Honestly, I don't want it. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not worth it. It ain't worth
yeah.
it.
I would think. Well, selling it, I think, would be hard because when we tried to sell it, it took so long because there's not a big market for it,
I know. I seen that.
especially in the winter. And then it's just they just lose value so quickly.
I know.
Kind of based on that. I mean, you
I
probably
know.
have better odds, I think, co-hosting it. I mean, have you looked into what it's worth?
I haven't. I just know that, like you said, I just know that I'm gonna take a big loss on it. If I do
Yeah,
decide to sell it, I just know it's gonna take a big loss, and I'm
yeah,
just
you'll take
like,
a
man,
haircut.
and it kind of sucks because it's like I literally just bought it brand new last year, and I know if I go to sell it, I trade it in, I'm not gonna get nowhere near what I paid for it.
No,
So
no, definitely not. That's kind of the trouble in this business. I think a lot
yeah,
of it starts in the beginning research, like before you start
yep,
buying cars. But we've made the same mistake. I mean, research can only save you to an extent
yep,
because the numbers can change. Like numbers can look really good on a car at one point and then shift. The market can shift,
yep,
or prices can go down. Like you can look up. Like we bought a couple minivans, Chrysler Pacificas. We got them at a great price, but um, the market shifted. I mean, they went from making like average of 14, 15, 1600 a month to only making like 11 or 1200 a month. And then they
mm,
went from being worth like 22. We got them at a really good rate, but somehow the prices just dropped and now they're worth, we would lose like 5 grand on each of them. Well, 3 to 5 grand if we sold them, which is
wow,
crazy.
yeah, that's crazy.
So kind of just goes to show how quickly the market can change.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Yeah, man. I definitely see your video about that, and I thought to myself like, man, I made the same mistake with that slingshot, and I also tell people too, my convertibles, the Mustang and the Camaro, same thing. I mean, those vehicles I would not have purchased just because they're seasonal. People only want to ride the drop top when it's warm out,
Yeah.
and so it's a learning experience, but I'll tell everybody that, who want to get into it, are watching this, do your research and try to find vehicles that can do good all year long. Because I hate having vehicles sitting, not making no money for months. Like it really sucks.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah, absolutely. But I mean, that's seasonal too. Obviously, you guys are in a slower season, but then when you're in a good season, it feels good. How do you have you calculated how much you have? Like what your purchase price on your fleet is? Like your slingshot's 30 grand. Have you calculated how much you've spent in total for the vehicles?
Yes. So when I counted all my vehicles, when I had 17, I had close to half a million. I had like $500,000 in cars. Um, and that's because some of my vehicles, like my Durango SRT, that was 60 grand for that vehicle alone. My Jeep Wrangler was like 40 grand, and then all the rest of them was like 30 grand or less. So when I did the math, I believe, let me check again and see, but I believe it was like almost a $500,000 in vehicles. Um, so just to kind of see, yeah. So even at 30 grand, 17, that's 510,000. Yeah. So basically when I first started, I was at a $500,000 in vehicles. But keep in mind that I financed all the cars and I didn't put no money down, and I had a
You
really
put
low
zero
interest
down on
rate.
all of them?
Zero down, zero down. And I had very good credit, so I had a very low interest rate. My interest rate was like 3 to 4%.
Okay.
I did 72 months, so my car payment on average is like between $400 to $500.
Okay.
So it's not bad when I'm making, if I can make 1,500 to 2 grand a month on a vehicle, and the car note's 400. It was a pretty good, good profit margin. You know,
Yeah.
right now, I say with the two cars being totaled and with the other cars being paid down, I say right now I'm probably about half of that now. It's maybe about 250,000 in vehicles at the moment.
You
So it's
think
about
with
halfway.
two totals you're down half your value? Or is
Yes.
that
Well, I'm
or is that
saying
oh is that what you're saying they
total.
were actually worth?
No, I'm saying like total. Like right now, with the two cars being totaled and paid off, and then with my other vehicles be making a payment every month for a little bit over 2.5 years, I'm saying I probably pay that balance down to about 250,000 now.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
The
That
total.
makes sense.
The total.
That's what you owe.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
What's your output every month? Like what are your base expenses? How much are you spending? Have you calculated that?
Yes. So I made a video about that too. So at the time before my two vehicles got totaled, with the 17 cars, my car payment was like 8,000 a month was my car
Okay.
payment. Now and then my insurance was about 3K a month for insurance because unfortunately, I cannot get Lula, I cannot get ABI, I cannot get GMI
3K.
here in Kentucky. None of them offer service here. So I had to go with State Farm auto insurance, full coverage, and I'm paying about 3K a month for that.
Three
And
what's that? What's that? $200 a month per car?
yeah,
Damn.
yeah, yeah. So I've been talking to so many people, so many other Turo hosts, and so many other companies trying to find another option because it really sucks that I can't go with Lula right now. So yeah, so that's 3,000 a month. My car payment was 8,000 a month, and then this shop that I'm at is $1,300 a month is what I pay here. So those are my
Okay.
three biggest expenses that really doesn't change every month. So if you do the math on that, that's like 8, 3,
Twelve
11,
fifty.
12, yeah, about 1250 a
Twelve
month
fifty.
is yeah.
Okay.
But it is a little bit less than that now because I have two cars that are gone. So my car insurance and car payment dropped a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because I have two cars that's gone now. So it's
Yeah.
probably a little bit less than that now. You
What's your
know,
average interest rate on the vehicles that you've gotten?
4%.
4%
Four
on
percent.
average for all of them?
Yep. Yeah, because I bought
Damn.
all my cars in 2021, when interest rates was really low back then. So yeah, it was like 4%, and I have a 750 credit score. So anything over 700, you're gonna get the best rate.
Yeah, that's crazy. So
Yep.
what's your export of revenue? Obviously, that's not including maintenance. But is 1250. What are you making every month? What's your average income?
Yeah, so I make videos about this too. So everybody follow
Yeah.
me because every month I like to make videos of my earnings and expenses and stuff like that. But in the good months, when the summertime is the peak season here, I averaged about 30K a month. So in the good months, I make about $30,000 a month. Now in the slow months, I may make like this past month, this past, I only made 15,000. Because it's kind of
Okay.
slow, and I have two cars that are down. So technically, I already got two cars that got totaled, and out of that 15 cars, I got two cars that are down. So I only had 13 cars. So
Mhm.
I made like 15K, and then pretty much, I average between 20 to 30K a month. Just depend on the time of the year and how many vehicles are active.
Yeah.
Um,
What are you at for the year right now on revenue?
so for the year, I'm actually at. Let me see. I'm going to be coming in. Let me see. Let me see. coming in a little low than I did last year. Um, but let's see. So right now I'm at 250K.
Okay. And last year you had
Yeah.
more
So
cars
that
though,
two
right?
I'm at, yeah, 250K for
Wow.
this year. Which still
Okay.
not it's still not bad, you know, it's still not bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if I go over to last year, um
It's
I
about
ended up making, yeah, I made over 300. I was like 309. 309 last
dang,
year.
that's
So
crazy. So that's about 20 average, about 22,000 bucks a month on gross
yeah.
revenue. Expenses are 12,000
Yeah,
ish.
but now I would say closer to about 10, because like I said, with two cars getting totaled, there's two less car payment and two less car insurance. So I would say it's probably about
Oh,
10K a month, because that number I gave you, that's when I had 17 cars, you know.
yeah.
So
So
yeah.
that's pretty good. I mean, so what are you doing with so you're making, I don't know, 10 to 12 grand a month. When you have extra money like that, what do you usually do? You spend it on stuff
Honestly,
for
man,
fun or
I just save it. I save it, put it in my business account. I save it or invest it back in the business. You know, I make sure that the people know, being in car with a business. You know, maintenance. You know, you're gonna have maintenance come up. You know, repairs. Oil changes, brakes, tires. Miscellaneous stuff, and then of course, if you have to do a claim. I am on the 90/10 plan, so a lot of times if I have to do a claim, and if it's depending on how much it is, I may have to pay out of pocket to get it fixed. Or if I try to get the guest to pay for it, but they don't pay for it, I have to do a claim with Turo. And a lot of times, me being that
guest
90/10 plan, that
guest pay for
deductible,
what?
huh?
You have the guest pay for what?
So I don't know if you're aware, but like if you have a claim and somebody wreck your vehicle and you do a claim, you can either try to resolve it with the guest directly or file a claim on Turo. So I don't know if you're aware of that or not. A lot of people don't know that,
Yeah.
but you could, yeah. So what I'm saying is, so sometimes when I try to resolve it directly with the guest, sometimes they pay, sometimes they don't. And if
Oh,
they
if
don't
it's like
pay,
something small.
huh?
If it's like something small.
Correct. Something small that is less than my deductible. Yeah.
Okay.
So if it's a small like fender bender or dents or headlight, something small, I try to resolve it with the guests first. Some
Okay.
pay, some don't. But if they
Yeah.
don't pay and I do a claim with Turo, sometimes I don't make I have to eat it. I don't make anything because it's less than my deductible.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What about, have you ever gone through deal with guests, gone through their insurance?
I haven't. I haven't, because sometimes guests either don't have insurance or they don't want
Yeah.
to file a claim with their insurance to make their rate go up. So it's
Yeah.
really hard. I only had like one instant. I had like one instant where I went through somebody's insurance, but it actually wasn't my guest. It was the person who hit my guest, and they was at fault, and they did have insurance. So we went through his insurance company. But I never actually went through my guest insurance. So far.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah, yeah. Well, if it's your guest's fault, then you go through the guest. If it's the other
Right.
person's fault,
The other
obviously you go through
person.
them.
Yeah.
So, okay. Ha- did you charge them for, so you charged them for the damages. Did you charge them for diminished value or loss of rental income?
No, I wasn't able to. I don't know how to. I mean, you might have to educate me on that about the diminished value, because I don't know a lot about that.
Yeah.
But I know I wasn't able to charge them for either or. And what sucks
Okay.
is, even on Turo, if I do the claim on Turo and I'm on a 90/10 plan, they don't. You have to be on the lower plan to get the loss of income, loss of income,
Yeah.
which really sucks. You
Yeah, but
know.
even then,
So
you will still won't get diminished value on Turo, I don't
right.
think.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Right.
so what happens is when you get in an accident, the first thing the insurance companies are going to ask for is the rental contract. You send that along with the demand letter. Demand letter, all it says is, I need you to pay for the vehicle, and then you can put, this is how much it's going to cost or something, and then we need you to pay for loss of income. So if
Okay.
the vehicle is going to get fixed, it's going to be gone for like 2 weeks. You can get an estimate from your shop or something. We're requesting that you pay our daily rate. So yours is $100 a day times 2 weeks, which is 14 days. So $1,400 plus diminished value. Because when you have a car that's hit, obviously on the Carfax, it's worth less money. It is. Someone's
Yep.
going to buy it for less money because they're going to see that dealership sees it. They're going to pay less money. So you can
Yep.
request those. And it's not all the time that they're going to pay the diminished value. but most of the time they kind of have to. So you'll be able to get the diminished value and the loss of income from the insurance companies. And all you have
Nice.
to do
Okay.
is send the demand letter with all that.
Okay. 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 Nice. Good to know, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Food for thought on your next accident.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
So since last time we talked, how things going with you and your fleet? How many vehicles are you at now?
We're at 23 right now. We're at
Okay.
23. So we've grown a little bit. We kind of had an up and down. We got up to 20, then we dropped down to like 14 or 15. We just kind of started selling off, and then we started buying again. We're up
Okay.
to 23 right now. We're still pushing private. We're starting up a couple other programs. But it's been good. It's been good
So
for
in
us.
your market, is it slow right now or busy right now?
Well, it's a weird time. Like the past 2 months have been really busy, but
Okay.
the past since like a couple days before Thanksgiving up to now, it's been crazy slow. Like
Okay.
crazy slow. And it's not going to pick back up until after Christmas or after the New Year. So
Okay.
probably first week of January, it's going to pick up, and then those next 4 months are going to be just absolutely bonkers. That's our season right there. It's those 4 months
Okay. Okay. And it's crazy to think that you're. What is the population in where you at?
in Phoenix. Let me see. Well, it's probably in Arizona. Well, let's see, population in Phoenix. It's pretty high. Um, well, 1.6 million in 2021.
1.6 million. And,
Hmm.
and and how many vehicles is on Turo in your market?
That's a good question. I don't know that. How many vehicles on Turo in Phoenix? There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot here. I wonder if we can even get a number. How many cars are on Turo? Over 106,000? No. I don't know if I don't know how to get that answer. There's quite a bit though. I mean,
Okay. The reason
um,
why I ask is because here in my market, Louisville, Kentucky, there's about 1 million people here.
yeah,
And when I first started, there was only about 50 cars on
that's
Turo
crazy.
when I first started. Now there's like about 200 cars, which is still very low. And I seen a couple of your videos, and I seen like the guy Brandon and the other guy that was at the Turo Summit. These guys have over 150 plus vehicles, and then I see
Yeah,
your fleet, and I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, they out that so many hosts got so many cars down there, and it's like not competing with each other. And
yeah, yeah.
so I was like, so that's crazy to think like that you got hosts that is so big down there, but it's still people like you that are successful too. And I don't know, it just must be a very big city there. A tourist place popular there. Uh,
Well, I mean, it's a big city, and there's a lot of people that live here, and there's a lot of people that rent cars here. But I think the
okay,
people that become successful are the people that do things differently. There's a
I
lot of
got
people
you.
that just take like
Okay,
decent photos. They don't really put much of a description. They don't
yep,
really try hard on like creating a good customer experience. Those are the
yep,
people that don't do too well. And it's I,
I
I
got
would
you.
think it's probably easier to not do well than it maybe would be in your in where you are.
I got you.
So I think it's saturated here, but if you do things right, you give a good experience and you do things differently, you'll be successful. But you just have to stand out, I think.
I got you. I got you. Yeah, yeah. And that's it's crazy you said that because I also have a tour course and I do one-on-one
Hmm.
consultations, and a lot of people hit me up for the consultation. That's one thing that I tell them is when you get started, pictures are very important. Make
Hmm.
sure your pictures are clear, visible. Make sure it's in this daylight. Make sure you have a nice, cool background. Make sure the car is clean. Your description, all that is very important to get bookings. And
Hmm.
I'll tell people that, because the one thing that irks me is when I see somebody that only has like a few photos, or the pictures are blurry, or it's dark, or the car is not clean.
Yeah.
So yeah, so pictures are very important, and the description as well. So so I agree with you on that. Just doing things right, list of the vehicle, the price, one thing about me, for people who don't know who I am, all my cars are $100 a day, and I do unlimited miles for all my vehicles. And then all my vehicles are black V8s. So and I deleted the muffler, so people like the way the car sound and the way the car looks. You know,
I didn't know that. You delete the mufflers on all your cars.
on all of them. Correct. Correct.
What about the? Don't
Correct.
you have a minivan? Don't you have like a Voyager or something?
I have a Chrysler Pacifica like you have. That's
Yeah.
the only one I didn't touch the exhaust on is the Chrysler Pacifica, but every other car I deleted the mufflers on.
Go start one up. Let me see your fleet real quick.
Yeah,
I want
I
to
got
hear
you.
one of
Yep,
these.
yep,
Start one up
yep.
that maybe shouldn't have a. I know that the
Yeah.
Challengers and stuff
So
are
like
gonna
the
sound good,
Challenger,
but
yeah, that's a Scat, that's the Chrysler, my Durango, my truck, all these are V8s. So any of these that
let's hear the Durango. Let's start that up
I
real
got you,
quick.
I got you. Yep. So it's pretty loud. Let's see.
I didn't know you did that. That's
Yep.
crazy.
Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Yep, but it's pretty loud, man. All my cars pretty much sound like this right here. I'm gonna start up and let you hear it.
Damn, I can't hear anything.
Oh no, I thought you could hear that, but it's pretty loud.
Oh, it's deleting the noise. You have to send me a clip of this.
Yeah, I deleted the
It, it,
muffler, so it's pretty loud. So I'm gonna give it a little gas so you can kind of hear it.
well,
But it's
it
pretty
has.
loud.
So I think this has noise canceling. So it's canceling the noise. I don't think we can't hear it.
What'd you say?
I said it's noise canceling. I think this Google Meet is noise canceling, so it cancels that noise out. We can't even hear it.
Oh, that
You have
sucks.
to
That sucks.
text me video. I want to add that sound in there.
I got you. I got you. Yeah, but it's pretty loud, man. I did pretty much, deleted the mufflers on all my cars that are V8s.
Okay. What about the slingshot? Do you do a muffler? Does it even have a
No,
muffler
I
on it?
didn't. No, I didn't do anything for
Okay.
the slingshot. Yeah, yeah,
Okay. That thing would be crazy with the muffler blade or
yeah,
whatever. If you could make it louder,
yeah, yeah,
that thing would be wild.
yeah.
So what are your plans? I know you said you're not buying any cars for now, but what are you going to do to expand? You kind of briefly
So
mentioned
here's the
last
thing,
week.
man. So yeah, so my plans is going into next year. Next year I'm going to start off with I'm going to buy 5 vehicles next year, and they all going to be luxury SUVs, third row. So I'm gonna get a Chevy Tahoe, Chevy
Okay.
Suburban, Cadillac Escalade, GMC Yukon Denali, and probably like a Ford Explorer, a Ford Expedition. I'm gonna get pretty much black third row SUVs. All-wheel drive, simply because my Durangos do really well. People love my Durangos. Third row, people got kids, people they got a large group of people, luggage, so they like the space.
Yeah.
So and then all those vehicles are luxury. I can it's going to attract business clients, and I can make a little bit more money. And they're going to do good all year long. So no matter if it's cold, hot, rain and snow, all wheel drive is going to do good in all weather conditions. So my goal, so like I'm changing from the whole like sports cars. I'm not getting any more Challengers. I'm not getting any more Chargers. No more sports cars. No more rear wheel drive cars because people just like to turn them up. And a lot of my customers they attract a lot of young clients who want to get these cars and just race and speed and do burnouts and donuts and just tear the cars up. Speed, drive it to the max. I have so many situations where um, customers got pulled over for speeding, going 150 miles per hour. Car got impounded. Brakes are grinding, metal to metal. Tires is bald because they just abuse these cars. And so it's not worth it. So going forward, I'm not getting no more sports cars at all. I'm gonna get these 5 SUVs and put me back up to 20, and I'm gonna see how that does. And then after that, I may get like another van, and then like maybe another truck because my trucks do good too, and the van does good as well. But that's my goal. It's just go ahead and go with SUVs going forward.
Okay. And you're not going to rent those out for $100 a day, are you?
I am going to do. Yeah, I'm gonna tell. Yeah, I am. But here's the thing. But when it's a high demand like Derby, 4th of July, Labor Day, Memorial Day, I am going to increase it up to like 150 a day. 125, 150 a day. Because here's the thing. When me setting the price at that price point, is it I get I get a high utilization, and the cars are booked a lot, and people will book the car for more days, for 4 or 5, 6, 7 days, by me doing $100 a day. So it gets booked more. And versus if I increase the price, uh, it's going to discourage a lot of people to book the car, or they may only book it for like one day. And I hate one day rentals. I hate it, you know.
Mm,
So by me doing $100 a day, it's affordable, and a lot of times people will book the car for several days at a time, or they will keep extending. So I'm going to keep it the same. I'm going to keep it the same, $100 a day. But whenever there's a high demand, holidays and Derby and stuff like that, I am going to increase the price
okay.
to like 150. And then you got to think too. My market is different than your market, so like
Yeah.
I can't like when I give you an example. When I had purchased my Dodge Durango, I got a 2018 Dodge Durango SRT. I spent 60K for that car. Now I have two regular Durangos, the Durango RT, that I spent like 30K for those cars. My thought process was I'm gonna have three different levels. I'm gonna have an RT, it's gonna be $100 a day. Then I'm gonna have an SRT, it's gonna be $200 a day, and I'm gonna buy a Hellcat, and it's gonna be $300 a day. So it's gonna be three different levels. Okay, that was my thought process. So people can decide which one they want to go with.
Yeah.
Now it didn't work out that way. So when I got the SRT Durango and I listed it for $200 a day, keep in mind I'm the only person in the whole entire market with that vehicle. Nobody else has the Durango SRT. When I put it for $200 a day, nobody booked it. It just sat. Nobody booked that car. So because it was priced too high, because people here can't really afford it here in my market. We don't have an NBA team. We don't have an NFL team. We don't have celebrities. We don't have the biggest thing we got is Derby, and that's once a year. So at $200 a day, it did not get booked at all. So I had to lower it to like 150 a day, between 125 and 150 in order for it to get bookings. So the point I'm going with that is, this is a $60,000 vehicle. That's the SRT. That's like the top of the line Durango with all the bells and whistles. And I couldn't get $200 a day for that vehicle. So now that I know that, that's why, like, when I go with these other vehicles I'm telling you about, I'm gonna list it probably $100 a day, because if I try to do like 200, it's probably gonna be the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's probably not gonna get booked much. And I'm not gonna buy one brand new. It's gonna be used. I'm gonna get one used, a couple years old. I'm not gonna buy one brand new and spend 50, 60, 70K for these SUVs. I'm gonna try to get it used.
Okay.
Um, but that's why though, and that's why I didn't buy a Hellcat, because I'm like, I'm not going to spend $100,000 and buy a Hellcat, and I know I can't. I'm not going to be able to book it for $300 a day, because I can't even book my current vehicle for $200 a day.
Yeah.
So actually, it kind of wasn't worth it, because I could have bought two regular Durangos, and then I could have bought two regular Durangos for like $30,000, listed $100 a day all day long, versus me buying that one vehicle for 60, and because it's double the price, but I can't make double the daily rate.
Yeah.
So that's another learning experience that I learned. So it really wasn't worth me buying that vehicle, because I
Yeah.
can't charge double the price.
Yeah. Yeah.
um
Yeah.
so I tell anybody to get into this, like, you don't have to go with the highest trim level. You don't have to go with the brand new vehicle. It don't have to be brand new. It don't have to be the highest trim level, because sometimes it may not be worth it. It may not be worth
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So these five SUVs that you're getting, are you going to do the muffler delete on them too?
Yes, I am. Because I'm going to make sure they're V8. I'm going to make sure they're V8. So, and the reason why I'm doing that is just I want to just keep, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I want to keep my thing, what I got going on here. So I'm going to keep the all black, V8. I'm going to delete the mufflers. I'm going to tint the windows. That way, it kind of blends in with the rest of my fleet, because all my cars are the same, and people love that. And I'm going to keep
Yeah.
it $100 a day, unless it's a holiday.
Okay.
But I am gonna delete the muffler too. Hopefully it will sound. I don't know. Like, I never had a Chevy. I don't know how it's gonna sound, but I'm assuming with it being a V8, it should still sound pretty good versus like these cars.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, but I am gonna delete the mufflers and tint the windows, so that it kind of blends in with the rest of my fleet.
Okay. And what about, so do you know how much you're going to have spent on these five vehicles? Do you have an estimate?
Yeah, so I actually already been looking. I already been looking online, and trying to getting a good idea. And so most of these vehicles is going to be around 30,000, around 30K or less. I've been
Pretty
looking,
good.
comparing price and knowledge. So what I'm doing now, because the goal is try to buy the vehicle as cheap as possible, so your
Hmm.
profit margin is as big as possible. So right now, what I'm doing, I'm basically just comparing. But it's going to be probably, about $30,000 is like that sweet spot. It's like the average number. about
Okay,
30K.
so you're gonna spend about 150,000 on vehicles. You'll be up to 20. Do you have an idea on what your goal will be for revenue next year?
Yeah. So hopefully I can get, back up to, 300K plus, you know what I'm saying? Because this year I probably could have met it, but I did, like I said, I had two cars that got totaled, so that put me down. And then I had literally every month a car in the shop due to maintenance issues or due to body damage. And then with the slingshot been sitting for a while, I haven't. It's been hard when I actually had all my cars available for a good month. You know what I'm saying? So my goal is once I get up to 20 cars, if I can get all 20 cars active for like the whole year, hopefully that would put me over 300, 350K. Because it's doable. I mean, I did last year. I did 309. With 17 cars.
Yeah.
So and I had some cars that was actually got wrecked and was in the shop for like months that didn't make no revenue for months.
Dang.
So yeah, so it's definitely, so I probably could have made more if the cars was fixed, in a timely manner.
Makes sense. I mean, having cars gone is definitely it hurts.
Yes,
It
it
hurt.
definitely
It
hurt.
hurt.
It
Yeah,
definitely
it
hurts.
hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hurts bad. If you were to give advice for anybody wanting to like jump on Turo and get started, what would you say is your best advice?
Well, I would say a couple of things. I would say, do your research, do your homework. Every market's different. Every market has, different. Every market's different. Some markets are saturated, some's not. Some markets, the weather. Uh, every market has a certain demand of vehicles. So I would say definitely do your research, see how many cars are available, what type of cars are available, see what the prices are going for, stuff like that. I would say also, go on YouTube, watch your videos, watch my videos, watch, a lot of videos, soak as much game as possible. Also, find a mentor, a tutor. Like I said, I do consultations. I know a lot of other people that has like courses and books and consultations, and I would say it's worth paying a little money for the advice and tips because that would save a lot of headache in the future. If I know what I know now, I would have like reached out to somebody and got a lot of tips and advice before I started because there was a lot of stuff that I didn't know starting
Yeah.
off. And I made a lot of mistakes at the beginning as well. So I would definitely say reach out to somebody who is successful and who got experience in the car rental game, and get ask questions, get advice and tips from that person. Do your homework, do your research, watch a lot of videos. Don't just jump straight into it. Because it could be a disaster. Jumping straight
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah, that's good advice. I always tell people do your research because if you don't, you won't pay now, but you'll pay later, and
Yes,
it's
yes,
probably gonna hurt. Where
yes.
where can people find you if they need your help?
Oh yeah, so I'm on YouTube. I'm on social media. Tony Luxury Cars on all platforms. I have Facebook, I have Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, so they can go to Tony Luxury Cars, and hopefully you can put my link in this video as well, so people can
Yeah,
find. Yeah, but like I said, and I also do have a course. I got a consultation as well. I don't charge a lot of money like most people do. I just charge $100 for the course, or you can book a 1 hour session with me for the same price, $100. And I also teach Airbnb and I also teach credit as well, personal credit and business credit as well. So I can help out for anybody who want to get started if they want me to, teach them. And that's another thing I want to let you know too. So since last time we spoke, I do have, my LLC has been established for 2 years now.
hmm
So now I have a couple business credit cards now, and also got approved for a business line of credit now as well. So that kind of opened up the doors now, so that because right now all my cars are in my personal name. When I financed it, it was in my personal name. So now my next vehicle is going to be in my business name.
How
I'm
much you
gonna
get approved for the line?
100 grand, hundred
Good
grand.
start. How
Yep.
what
Yep.
percentage for interest?
It was like I think it was like 10%. I think it was like 10%.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, you
Yep.
got to
Yep.
you got to start somewhere. I mean,
That's what
I've heard
somewhere.
about people getting lines of credit for more than that right now. I mean, I've heard about 11, 12, 15%. I mean, it's crazy right now. So that's I mean,
Yeah.
I've
Because
heard of
interest
worse
rates are high
before.
right now though.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
So, would you ever
But no, go ahead. Go ahead.
well, I was going to say would you ever think about consolidating your debt, but that wouldn't even make sense. You go from 4 to 10%. The only difference would be to have it on your business, but that doesn't matter
Yep.
because the only thing you do that for is protection. But nobody's going to sue you. Turo's kind of the middle person, so
Yep.
that thought
Yep.
doesn't make any
Yep.
sense.
Yep.
So, okay, that's
Yeah.
great. So, are you going to use that money to buy the 5 cars? Are you going to go to the dealership, buy the 5 cars, and use 100 grand for more?
That's correct. So I was thinking about using some of that money to buy a few vehicles, but also I may try to do like when I go to the dealership, I may just try to get a business auto loan because some dealerships actually do offer business auto loans, as well as personal auto loans. So I
Yeah.
may try to do a little bit of both. Just depend on how much the best interest rate, the best term and
Okay.
rate. So I may try to go with the dealership and get financed with them, or I may use the line of credit. You know, so either or, I just want to be able to get my next few vehicles, in my business and not my personal name anymore.
Yeah.
Because my
That's smart
DTI,
though to have. It's smart to have options. Yeah. How's your
yeah,
DTI looking?
it's pretty high. It's pretty high because a lot of people will be shocked when they run my credit. Like, man, you got good credit, but I've never seen somebody have this many auto loans in their personal name. So yeah, but I mean now it got lowered now since a lot of these cars getting paid down, but it's still my DTA is still pretty high though, having all these auto loans.
Yeah. I bet if you were to go to the bank and try to get another one, would they even let you?
Yeah, I mean I've tried and I have got approved, but it's a little bit harder. It's a little bit harder to get approved. They have to find a couple, they have to shop around, and then also the interest rate may be a little bit higher.
Yeah.
And the term may be a little bit shorter. But
Yeah.
I can get approved though. But it's not the best term and best rate.
Yeah. Do you think you'll be able to do 0% down for the other ones?
I hope so. I hope so. But if not though, I'll put some money down.
Yeah.
But I hope so.
I mean, you could always put the money down from the line of credit.
Correct. True. True. That's a good
Is
option.
it
Yeah.
an open line of credit or is it just for
Yep.
vehicles?
No, it's open line of credit. I can do whatever I want to with it.
Wow. Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, that's
Yep.
great. Well, I'm excited to see where you're at once you get these 20 cars. Revenue for next year should be pretty good. But keep me posted. I'd love to hear more about that.
Yeah, I will. And also when if you get a chance, try to send me this video. I want to post it on my page as well,
Yeah,
my YouTube channel as well, because I see your channel been growing, my channel been growing, so I want to kind of share it and post it too,
yeah,
so people can see it. And then I'm looking forward to next year, man. Hopefully, they would do another summit. I don't know about you, but I love that Powerhouse Summit. That was very great. That was awesome.
yeah. It's
Um,
great. Lot of good people. A lot of good insight.
Yeah, yeah. So I hope they do it every year. Because I met a lot of people and networked and a lot of information. It was a very great thing, man. At first I was kind of like skeptical what it was going to be like, but I'm glad I went. It was very,
Yeah.
very good.
What was the biggest thing you learned from it?
Man, just there was so much, man, so much. Just going all the changes, all the new changes coming, and then I don't know if you noticed, like a lot of stuff that we asked for, they already started updating, changing, on the app for us and stuff like that. Like the whole ID verification, and
Yeah,
then the weekends, and then now you see now where Sunday, it used to be Friday, it used to be 2 day minimum Friday, Saturday. Now it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then a lot of stuff that we asked for, the CEO actually listened to us and like made the changes, which is great,
yeah,
which is like awesome, Um, but yeah, but I'm just, just meeting people and everybody different size fleets and where they from and the co-hosting and all that just blew my mind away. It's been people with 150 plus vehicles, 200 vehicles. That one guy, Eric Swan, with 1,000 vehicles. I'm like,
200.
that's crazy. That's crazy, man.
That's a lot.
I
I
don't
mean,
see how
yeah,
they.
it's crazy, right? Right when you think you got a decent size, there's always somebody bigger than you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And I can
and
only imagine their stress level and because what I deal with every day with this 15 cars and what I deal with, I can only imagine somebody with that many cars and what they deal with, man. Like that's crazy.
yeah, yeah, lot of time spent for sure.
Yeah,
Delegation at that point is a necessity. You have to
yeah,
delegate your time. You can't do it all yourself.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's crazy. Well, I
yeah.
appreciate being a part of this, Tony, as always, and I'm excited to talk again. And hopefully you're back up to 20 cars and still growing.
All right, thank you, man. Nice talking to you too, man. And
Yeah,
good luck to you.
thanks, Tony. We'll talk soon.
All right, have a good
All
one.
right, see you, bro.
Peace.